That's just absolutely beautiful. And I thank you very much. Just like I said, God bless you every step and every move you ever make in life. And you'll always be in my prayers. Thank you,
Hey,
Nabil.
hey, thank you so much, George, and likewise.
Much
Likewise.
appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Ness, how's it going? I really enjoyed your email. I hope you share your testimonial in our private live stream tonight.
I'm doing very good. I'm jumping for joy still. But you know, my English is not so good, so I don't know if I'm going to speak tonight, but I'll do my best because I want to motivate other people also. So maybe I will. But I wanted to thank you again, Nabil. I'm so happy. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's actually the first time. Well, yesterday, no, it's actually 3 nights now that I'm sleeping so well, and I'm having insomnia for whole my life. So it's maybe the first time in my life that I'm sleeping normally. It's I still can't believe it. So thank you so much.
I'm so happy to hear that. And your tinnitus improved as well. You wrote, and your another symptom. I forgot which one it was. And you know, this is the reality for most people. Those who scratch the surface, they hear about detoxification, and I was one of them. You know, for many years, I never hired a professional. You know, a person who was more experienced, and I tried detoxing all by myself. And many a times I experienced die-offs that scared me, that made me quit the journey of detoxification. And now I look back, if I had known, you know, the type of things that I share with you guys, you know, to understand what die-off is, what it looks like, how to manage die-off symptoms, how to get back on track, to not quit. If I had that information, my journey of recovery would have been much shorter as well. So that's why I can't overemphasize how useful it is to have somebody more experienced, especially if that person has clinical experience with more folks, to be able to guide others. And it's not easy. Like what you experienced was very scary, right? Very scary. The reaction as you're detoxing, because again, these infections, whether it's mold, fungus, and parasites, they will punish you, they will poison you, because they know that you're trying to kill them. They're feeling threatened, and they don't want to die. And so, for a lot of people, the die-off can be very scary and can put them in the hospital if they don't know what they're doing, if they're not educated on how to mitigate the effects. And this is the unfortunate reality. This is why I tell people that detoxification is dangerous. It has its risks, like any other medical procedure. Every medical procedure or drug has its risks. But what we need to do is educate you guys so that you can minimize those risks. Because unfortunately, no modern day doctor or nurse or hospital or clinic is going to help you cure yourself the right way, get at the root cause of these infections and overgrowths, and in a clinical setting, supervise you and do these enemas and do the deparasitization, etc., and help you recover. Check your vitals at all times. They're not going to do that. So unfortunately, yes, you do have to take on the risks, you know, but to take on the risks without education can be very dangerous. But it's so nice. Makes me feel so happy when patients are able to overcome this barrier. And this is one of the main barriers, and it's not the only barrier, but once you overcome one die-off like that, and you remove a whole bunch of parasites, and many of your symptoms improve, now you've experienced the truth. Okay, now you know that there's obviously you have more parasites, more infections, and the more you remove, the better your health will become. So yeah, thank you for sharing your testimonial.
Yeah, you know what scared me the most was that I started to react really badly to the coffee enemas. Because, yeah, when I told you and you told me that you never heard of that before, it started to scare me. But I'm not the person to give up quickly, so I tried the senna, but you have to be careful with the senna also, I've noticed, because it's really strong. I didn't expect that, so yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about, if I remember correctly, that it's not normal to react to coffee enemas unless you're uh, sensitive or allergic to caffeine, which you said you weren't. And so my thesis was, or hypothesis was, that you were causing disturbance to the parasitic infection, and they were punishing you. And indeed, it seems that that was the case. So, yeah, good job. Good job.
Yeah, you were right about that. But the thing is that, you know, those reactions, they were really, I had these really heavy reactions because I couldn't breathe and I couldn't, it was like I was going to faint. So they were really attacking me. It's strange, you know? It's, but now I started recognizing those attacks because they still are attacking me. But when you start, yeah, recognizing those attacks, yeah, attacks, and not really, it's not me who's ill, they are making me ill. So um, but you have to be careful because, yeah, um, yeah, how should I say it, yeah, you have to be careful, and when it gets too much, you have to just take a pause for one day or something like that, because I'm doing that. I didn't take, I took one day pause like a few days ago because I really felt weak. And then the day after it, I just continued with Parasite Detox. And that was the day then I did the coffee enema. So yeah, I'm really excited to just go on with this detox, and even starting the systemic detox, hopefully.
Yeah, and what you described is really important, because this is something else I talk about, which is when you first begin your detox journey, that's when the die-offs will be the most severe. Like you said, life-threatening, so scary, racing heartbeat, fainting, etc. Because that's when the overgrowth is at its strongest, right? The greatest amount. You're infected, you've never detoxed them, and so their poisoning is quite strong. But you'll notice that as you remove them, like you removed the load recently, you detox the load of parasites, now the next die-off you will probably experience won't be as bad, because the amount of these parasites are reduced, and so their attack will be reduced as well. Uh, you'll notice this not only with the anti-parasitic detox, but with the oxidation therapy. First time you do oxidation therapy, that'll start breaking through biofilms and removing maybe fungal infections or mold infections you have around in your body, and you'll experience a die-off because of that. But again, same experience. So this is why the emphasis on starting slow, always starting slow, especially in the beginning. But many people, they're so eager, to cure themselves finally. They found somebody who they feel is competent and experienced and can help them expedite their return to health. And they may be right, they are right, and they're so eager to get cured. And, with many products, the more you take, the more effective it is. But not in this case. The more you take, the greater of a die-off and the more dangerous it becomes. So this is why the golden rule of detoxification with all of these protocols is you start on the minimum dose. For a couple days, you're on that minimum dose, constantly observing your body's reaction. And then after 4 or 5 days, you see that you're doing okay with the die-off. Your body is dealing well with that level of die-off. Okay, now you increase the dose. That's why our parasitic protocol is designed the way it is. That's why you'll see the oxidation protocol is designed the way it is, to minimize die-off and gradually reduce the amount of infections in the body. All right, guys, I gotta go. I've arrived at my destination. This was a quick live stream, but I'll see those of you who are in my private detox group tonight at 10 p.m. Lisbon time. All right, much love. We'll see you guys soon.
Much love to you, Nabil. Much love to you.
Bye.